Hey folks! If you don't know who I am, my name is Olivia and I'm a storyteller and mate at Linkmate. We are a social enterprise devoted to proactive emotional support since we believe that everyone should have a mate to turn to in times of need. Today I am going to share with you my experience of addiction that I went through and what I have learned from it in the hopes that it helps you to feel less alone and more comfortable talking about your challenges. When I was 26, I was told I would never work again. I have over a dozen different, very severe, incurable mental and physical health conditions. I was so severely unwell by this point that it was ruled that I would never be able to work again, and I was put on disability. I had to sell my dream home at a loss. I lost my corporate job. Everything just fell apart around me all in one go. I was with some people, and they were passing around a glass pipe with some melted crystals in it. They all looked like they were having a great time. So when it was handed to me, I had some without much thought about it. This led to a very severe daily addiction to ice, methamphetamine. So I ended up smoking ice for a number of years. I smoked all day, every day, around the clock. I didn't leave my home. I barely left my couch. I was very ill. I truly, honestly never believed that I would be able to live without ice once my addiction became that bad. Thankfully, I went through something. I went through a spiritual awakening, and I'm grateful every day that I did. I realized that I needed to help others that were in my situation, but to do so, I first needed to get clean. I had no interest of going to rehabs or detoxes. I was well aware that the waiting lists can be extremely long, and it is during those periods that people can relapse and struggle when they need the help the most, and they can't get it immediately. Because of this, I decided I would get off ice all by myself so that one day I could help others to do the same. At least help them through the waiting period while they waited to get into a detox or rehab. I set about learning everything I could about the drug and how it affected me. I read everything I could, and all from Google, mind you, and I slowly but surely started putting it into plan. I gave myself a time frame. I told myself when I needed to be off it by, and was off it more than 6 months earlier than I had thought. So I was very happy. I am proud to say that July of 2022 will be 6 years since I've touched it. I do not consider myself an addict. I believe that there are people who use drugs like I did to get them through a period of their life. But once the actual deeper core issue is resolved, worked through, healed, helped, then the addiction no longer applies. I was addicted to ice, and I will fully admit that. I got clean all by myself without anybody's help. And this is mostly because I just wanted to help other people. But there is no way I consider myself an addict because I'm not one. I have been asked to use it in this nearly 6 years by many different people, and I honestly have no interest in it. I used it for the reasons I did to keep me alive. I truly felt like I was less than an insect, not even as worth as much as a bug you would squish with your feet. And I learned to help myself, and those feelings are no longer there. I am a happier, healthier person. I still have all of my very many invisible, incurable illnesses. This is true. But the reasons and the pain and the hurt that I experienced throughout those years that I used ice to help me with, they're gone. And I guess I'm sharing all of this because I want you to know that I believe everyone is doing the best they can. I believe you are doing the best you can. You know, addiction can get to any of us. Addiction can be coffee, it can be chocolate, it can be going to the gym. So I guess for me personally, I feel like the words we use are really important and how we describe ourselves. I see no benefit in telling myself I'm an addict when I'm not. I am 100% clean off ice. I still enjoy a wine with my girlfriends. You know, that's okay. And I'm very comfortable with that. So yeah, I think maybe just my takeaway message is there are people who are going to use substances to get them through times. You may be one of them. And if you are, that's okay. There are plenty of people like me out there who've been through it, been in the dark depths of hell, understand where you're coming from. I get it, I really do. And I just want to give hope and inspiration to other people. However you need to get help is okay. And I just want you to really think about and remember that there are people like me out here who are happy to talk about what we've been through. I'm very happy to talk about it if it means helping the next person. All I do is share my story and what I've learned. None of this is a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You should seek the advice of an appropriately qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions about your circumstances. You can also access empathetic social support from a mate who gets you on Linkmate. Download the free app on the App and Play Store today. Thank you so much for listening. Talk soon.